Assalamu alaikum. This is Sister Starla Muhammad, managing editor of the Final Call newspaper, and it is my honor to be sitting here with Queen Mother Mashariki Jywanza.
Yes, ma'am.
She is the female national co-chair of COBRA, and we are here coming to you from the 30th annual COBRA conference. And Queen Mother, first and foremost, for those of our viewers who may not be familiar with COBRA, can you explain who and what COBRA is and a little bit about your work?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And COBRA, of course, stands for the National Coalition of Blacks for Reparations in America. And we are a coalition. We encourage other organizations to join us, particularly those that have a reparations platform. And our work is to obtain full reparations for our people because it's due. It's a just demand, and we have been doing this work for over 30 years. But there were those who were before us as well.
Yes.
And so we're trying to carry on the legacy of Callie House, Queen Mother Moore. And educate our people to understanding and feeling the need to join this demand with us.
Talk a little bit, Queen Mother, about exactly what is reparations for some people who may think, well, is it just writing a check to black folks? I know it's a lot deeper and more complex than that and many layers to that, but for those who are maybe just now becoming familiar with reparations, and particularly over the last few months that it's kind of been in the news. Kind of talk about that a little bit.
Well, reparations is about repair and repairing our people. And, first you have to understand that there's a need for repair. So we encourage our people to learn your history and see what our ancestors have gone through. Our theme this year is 400 years of terrorism. And that's what we have been experiencing. Now, unfortunately, many of us are very comfortable. And I say that we are the most comfortable slaves in the world. And so a lot of times young people don't see that. A lot of young people are void of their history. That's because our school system does not teach them their history. And that's one of the pillars of COBRA is to have independent education and African-centered education. Because if you know who you are and what you've done, it really lays the path on what you need to do. And so we want young people to be able to know all that we have gone through and to understand that, we are the survivors.
Right.
We have survived a lot, and our young people don't know that.
Right. Exactly. And talk a little bit legislatively what's going on. Of course, we've got the two bills. If you can explain to people the two bills, the House, the Senate bill, kind of where things are standing.
Yes. Well, right here at this convention today, retired Congressman Conyers was here, and he had introduced many years ago HR40. And upon his retirement, the bill was still there with very little action. And all of a sudden, and I have to tell you, sister, I have no idea what was the catalyst that brought all of this to the forefront, but it's here. And so now I believe our legislative commission was telling us in the board meeting, we have well over 67 co-sponsors. There were, and for those who don't know, when a bill is presented, you have to get those signatures every year. So, you might get 5 this year, 10 this year. So this is the most we have ever gotten. And then there's a Senate companion bill. And Cory Booker has been so kind to introduce that. And so now we're working on the senators. And so we have been doing that for a while. We're right here in Detroit, and John Conyers came into this from one of his friends, who we call Reparations Ray. And he was a realtor here in Detroit. He took hold of the reparations movement, and him and Conyers, I don't know if it was over drinks or what, man, you need to do this, and he did. And we appreciate that. And of course, Reparations Ray is not with us anymore, but we still have that foundation that we're building on. And your guess is as good as mine how far we'll go with this. Hopefully, it'll go all the way. But then you bring up another issue. What then, or how then, do we use our reparations to repair our people?